In the spirit of Ramadan, let me, follow Ajibola. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Adebimpe Idaya Omotayo.
I am Joy Olu. Welcome to the conversation. We have Ramadan and the Lenten season is here too.
Yes, yes.
So, Joy, are you implying that you have not eaten this morning?
I just had a little snack.
You have not eaten?
Little snack.
She said she had snack.
You're a nursing mother.
Yeah. Hey, what is she nursing? What is she nursing?
And how long shall you nurse?
You know what she's nursing? Her appetite.
Oh my goodness. I have a baby now.
Yeah, anyway, we are back as usual. Some interesting conversations we are going to have on the program today on both sides of the set. So quickly, we'll take you through our news point this morning. And let me start from the side. Tinubu mandates ministers to hold quarterly public briefings. The presidency on Wednesday outlined new conditions for the quarterly stakeholder and citizens engagement meeting, saying the federal government is committed to transparency, inclusivity, and citizen participation in governance. The guidelines issued through the Central Delivery Coordination Unit under the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination mandate stricter requirements for ministries to ensure these meetings serve as genuine platforms for public engagement. According to the CDCU, the engagement meetings were introduced as a deliverable for every ministry in response to President Bola Tinubu's directive that all ministers regularly communicate government initiatives, beneficial programs and policies to the public. This deliverable is to bridge the gap between the government and citizens, foster a good relationship between both parties, promote inclusivity, and ensure active citizen participation, the statement read. The meetings, it added, are expected to enhance the understanding of government policies while preventing misinterpretation. As part of the newly established conditions, each ministry must hold at least one stakeholder or citizen engagement meeting every quarter, with the minister personally leading the session alongside the permanent secretary and other officials. The CDCU emphasized that the engagement must be a high-level interaction where government officials not only inform the public, but also receive direct feedback from stakeholders, which will be taken into consideration for policy adjustment. To ensure broad participation, the CDCU says the meetings are expected to involve civil society organizations, professional groups, the media, and ordinary citizens. It stressed that the mass media, both print and electronic, including major online platforms, must be invited to cover these engagements to maximize public awareness. The Ministry of Information and National Orientation is also required to play a key role in coordinating media participation. It also clarified that not all ministerial public appearances qualify as stakeholder engagement. Such encounters include ministers granting scheduled interviews, both on TV and radio, to explain policies without stakeholders' involvement, ministers attending events and speaking about ministry activities without stakeholders' participation, the statement read. Similarly, recorded familiarization visits by investors will not be considered a substitute for these meetings. Instead, the interaction must be structured, inclusive, and participatory, allowing for real-time citizen engagement, the unit stated. The feedback process, it said, remains a crucial component of these sessions. Therefore, ministers and officials of ministry must be prepared to respond to concerns raised by stakeholders both during and after the meetings. The presidency said to ensure transparency, it requires that ministries submit evidence of compliance, including copies of invitation letters sent to stakeholders, an attendance list, a copy of the minister's presentation, and a detailed report of the discussions held. Finally, in addition, ministries must document specific feedback received and provide proof of how it has been implemented in government decision making. So, Tinubu, Mr. President, mandates ministers to hold quarterly public briefings.
I like this, but we know that in Lagos here, is it quarterly or yearly? I think for Lagos is annually. Yes.
I think it used to be quarterly.
It used to be quarterly, yes. It's something that has been happening in Lagos. You know, those who say Lagos is a country on its own, you know, will attest to this. I like the fact that, you know, there'll be a lot of transparency in all of this. President Tinubu has mandated all ministers to ensure that, you know, invitations to stakeholders, their public presentation,
attendance list,
and the feedback they get from each meeting is submitted to him, and whatever solution they are going to give to that feedback. I think it's a fantastic idea by Mr. President. I just hope that, you know, subsequently it doesn't now turn to business as usual.
This is a room for them to be accountable, and if they, you know, keep to this structure, things will be better.
And we hope they are real, ordinary Nigerians attending.
That's what I'm
sending
good to
invitation to their own, who will always come to say the things they want them to say, things they want them to hear.
I think it's a good mechanism being introduced by Mr. President. It's a good way for the government to feel the pulse of the people and get feedback from Nigerians on government policies and how they are impacting the people of Nigeria. But just like you have put it, Adebimpe, I just hope that the engagement will be very sincere, transparent, and the people that should be attending will be the ones to attend, and not that we will start having doctored list of people that are attending the quarterly meetings.
I call them FOGs, Friends of Government.
So it's a good step in the right direction, and we commend Mr. President for that initiative. That is what democracy is all about, engaging the people, getting feedback from them on government policies.
Okay, my story is about Nigeria, and it's not so pleasant. Nigeria ranks 6th in Global Terrorism Index, 565 killed in 2024. Nigeria has been ranked 6th in the 2025 Global Terrorism Index with a score of 7.658, moving up from 8th place in 2023 and 2024. The report recorded 565 terrorism-related deaths in Nigeria in 2024, highlighting an increase in fatalities over the past 2 years. Globally, deaths from terrorism have declined by almost a third since the peak in 2015, with Iraq and Nigeria recording the largest decreases. Deaths in Nigeria peaked at 2,101 in 2014 before dropping to 392 in 2022, the lowest level since 2011. However, fatalities increased by 34% in 2023 to 533 and further to 565 in 2024. The report also noted that IS Sahel, primarily active in the Liptako-Goma region, the tri-border area of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, has extended its activities to Algeria, Benin, and Nigeria. In 2024, the group carried out 16 attacks in Nigeria, 12 in Niger, 6 in Mali, and 1 in Burkina Faso. Additionally, the number of countries affected by at least one terrorist attack increased from 58 to 66, the highest number since 2018. Terrorism remains a persistent global threat, with 2024 marking another year of shifting patterns and evolving challenges. More countries experienced a deterioration in security, with 45 reporting an increased impact from terrorism, while only 34 saw improvements, the first time in 7 years that more nations worsened than improved. It is, yeah, I'll stop there. Unfortunately for Nigeria, they are now ranking 6th, you know, in the Global Terrorism Index with 565 killed in 2024. But there was a decline in 2022 and 2014. So what happened? What happened?
It's quite disturbing, and
Yeah.
I know that this current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is really trying its best to ensure that lives of Nigerians are not wasted to terrorist attacks. And with this commitment, I just hope that by the time the one for 2025 is going to be out, at least Nigeria would have dropped a little bit down that ladder. And when you look at the 2025 budgets, defense is carrying the highest budgets,
yeah.
and we hope that we are really going to feel the impact of this budget, and of course have less of terrorist attacks, kidnappings, and every other form of insecurity that we are facing as a country. Because if our security is not top-notch, that might scare investors away. And we know the drive of Mr. President in attracting foreign direct investment into the country. So we hope that things will change by the time the report for 2025 is going to be out.
Important point you've raised. The security status of a country would tell so much on how developed the country would be.
These figures, I'm glad that we can see the figures and that, you know, but how are these things really measured, you know? What parameters?
They have their way of...
Do they count the
I'm sure they will have a way.
Do
They
they
have
count
their way.
the people that die one by one?
I'm sure they will have a way of getting those figures and data together. And it's a challenge to the federal government. And of course,
Exactly.
we hope that something urgent will be done to at least address some of the issues raised in that report.
All right. Here in Lagos, news to brighten up your day. Sanwo-Olu unveils 3 roads today. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is set to unveil Demurin Road in Koshofe local government area today. Also to be unveiled are 2 other roads, Agidi and Church Street in Agboiketu local council development area. This is according to the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho. He disclosed this in a statement yesterday. He said, quoting him now, "It is all about boosting connectivity and making life more comfortable for our people." The roads will serve as alternative links to the 3rd Axial Road with Ikorodu Road, Demurin-Agidi Road, a major arterial that connects Ketu, a densely populated area with huge markets and estates, to other parts of the local government, is an important bypass to Ikorodu Road from the 3rd Axial Road at Alakbere Housing Estate. It connects the recently inaugurated Raymond Estate and Sterling Heights Estate in Ajelugu. Aside from serving as an alternative bypass for facilitating the movement of people and goods to the popular Mile 12 market and the Owode Oniri auto parts market in Ikorodu Road, on Ikorodu Road, it also serves as a link to several other adjoining communities in Agboiketu LCDA. He says, according to Omotosho, given the volume of traffic emanating from its consideration as an important bypass, Demurin-Agidi Road deteriorated from increased and inadequate hydraulic structures, which negatively impact travel time. The deterioration also led to drivers and commuters facing hardship on the road. But with this construction, the total rehabilitation and upgrade of the roads will be done to a standard that will stand the test of time. Kudos to the Lagos State government, always putting in efforts to ensure that life is easy for Lagosians.
From me, you know, this Demurin-Agidi Road, especially that Demurin, I think it's about the longest road in that axis.
Yeah.
And sometime in 2018 or 27? No, 2018 to 29. I'm not too sure. I think it was 2018. This same road was inaugurated, was rehabilitated and inaugurated by the former governor Ambode then. But I'm glad that they've been able to identify what is making the road, always,
Deteriorating.
yes, always deteriorating. And I think that they should be able to now, control these hydraulic structures, which most of the time, damages the road.
Okay, we say congratulations to the people of Koshofe local government in Lagos State. government is doing its own bits. We just hope that residents of those areas would also complement the effort of the state government by ensuring that they properly maintain these roads and, of course, do not turn this infrastructure into parking lots or somewhere where you'll be frying akara or be cooking. Because we see people, you know, vandalize public infrastructure, and when they do that, you'll be calling on government again to come to your rescue. There are other areas in the states calling for the attention of government. So when you're fortunate enough to have the presence of government in your local government or LCDA, then be good enough to at least ensure that those infrastructure are properly maintained so that government can also face some other key sectors of the economy. You are not the only one paying tax to the government. All right, that's our news points this morning. Let's quickly move to X and see what is trending. As controversial as ever, Mercy Chinwo and Very Dark Man, they are trending, and Mercy has sued Very Dark Man for defamation, demanding for 1.1 billion naira damages. And why has she sued Very Dark Man for alleged defamation? Very Dark Man accused Mercy of diverting funds from shows without paying a former record label owned by Ezekiel. Very Dark Man also claimed that the singer violated her contract with the label before leaving, and so Mercy has denied all of this, and saying that the claim by Very Dark Man is malicious and is intended to spoil our reputation. So 1.1 billion naira defamation lawsuit against Very Dark Man. And they've been paid the way a manner people call figures these days. 1.1 billion.
Do you know that?
Can he pay?
Do you know that as that today, if the Very Dark Man loses all the cases, you know, against him, he will have to pay 4.6 billion naira. Yes, because we have the one from Fowles and his father, Femi
one is still there.
We have a prophet, one Jeremiah. We have Nedu, Wazobia. We have the Mercy Zone. Then we have Mr. Jolloff's wife. You know, we have even from Bobrisky too. Bobrisky. He has also sued Very Dark Man. And Ihoma Julia Ineji, that daughter of ABC Transport, you know. Yeah. So, summing everything up, Dark Man, Very Dark Man, if he loses all these cases, Ojegbese say 4.6 billion naira. How is he ever going to pay? And I don't like what Nigerians have been saying, you know, because Mercy Chinwo is suing Very Dark Man. Nigerians are coming at her.
Yeah, because she's a gospel singer.
That did Jesus sue Peter?
Oh.
Is she Jesus?
You know, we like to apply.
Is she a prophet?
Is she Jesus? You know, but
is she Jesus?
We like to apply sentiments. We like to apply sentiments. And Very Dark Man, for me, very controversial. And I don't know. Probably some of these things, he just like to chase clouds or trend.
But that's how he makes
so that
money.
he can get more followers and get more money.
Yes.
I don't know.
He does these things deliberately at the detriment of other people.
My own take is, if you're going to come out and say anything, ensure that you have proof. If you do not have
and maybe
proof,
when
be
they
ready
get to
to
the court
face
of
the
law, he will
consequence.
present his facts.
Okay.
He never has facts.
Then how do they arrive at these huge figures?
It's for damages
It's
now.
their lawyers that, you know.
Their lawyers.
It's the lawyers that come up with all these
And
figures.
so when they now collect this money, who will take the larger chunk?
The lawyers.
But again, maybe I should have read law.
Not the victim.
Because
not the victim. No,
lawyers has a share in it now. They have their
so
share.
they're the ones that come up with these figures. Oh, let this go for this, let this go. This will come to us.
Now do their sharing formula.
Because the other day, in the case of Natasha and Akpabio too, they were just quoting figures, 100 billion.
Oh yeah, we should go and do
Akpabio's
law.
wife too came with her own. Natasha came with her own. Mercy, why are you covering your face?
Well, Very Dark Man, we wish you and Mercy well, and eventually when you pay that 1.1 billion, we'll make it trend on this program. That is if you can afford it. And of course, it's before the law court, so the lawyers will do all the arguments, and of course, the court will decide at the end of the day. So that's what is trending on X this morning. We'll be taking a very quick break right now. When we come back, our first conversation on the program today is on democracy and leadership. We all know what we have witnessed recently, both in Lagos, Rivers, and people are beginning to question the quality of democracy that we are practicing as a country. After this break, our guest will be joining us to give us his own perspective of what democracy and visionary leadership is all about. We'll be back.